Guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host Sam, and we are back again with another one. So, football was played yesterday, and I was not able to really cover all the reaction of what was happening yesterday. Some problems that we had technically here, but we're going to be talking about all the things that happened, not only yesterday, but we also are going to start with the Arsenal game. But we need to talk more about the Liverpool being 6 points left to win the league. Also talking about Newcastle destroying Manchester United. And if you really think about it, there was some difference in this United that we saw this time. They played better than they've been doing before. We will talk a little bit more about that. Then we talk about us now only focusing on Madrid and forgetting that the Premier League is still there. Maybe that's a sign, a clear sign that even the team itself had given up on the league already. All those things will be talked about in this video. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the Connect. The best of you support us here, TLC. So let's talk first maybe about Arsenal. So Arsenal played against Brentford and the game finished 1-1, and I can confirm with you that there is no any blaming of the officials in yesterday's game. I think the official did everything right, and the reason why Arsenal did not win the game is because I don't think there was a desire to win the game. And I think that's the clear thing that you can say. There wasn't a desire for Arsenal to win the game. The way they approached the game, the way it was played, the way everything went on in that game, they were not really interested. It was only on the counter attack when Thomas Partey scored a goal, well done by Declan Rice, knowing the right time to release the ball and giving the chance for Thomas Partey to finish up the goal. That was the only goal which was scored. But if you had watched that game, if without that counter attack, that game would have finished even 0-0 because it was boring. Of course, there was a goal which was scored by Tierney, but it proven that he was in an offside position. And firstly, the semi-automated VAR was used for the first time this week in the Premier League, and we can see the difference between it and other things that we used, and it was used to perfection. He was offside in an offside position, and we saw it clearly. And you can see that was the only time, and that we have to be clear about that. That was the only time Arsenal tried to score either on that set pieces or maybe that. It was actually for the first time me watching Arsenal scoring a goal on a counter attack. Then, of course, after scoring, they started just passing the ball, containing everything, doing everything that they can. You could see that they were just playing the game because they have to play the game, but not because they have to really show anything. They had to do anything in this game. They were not really interested in that. They were just in the game, and so if you watch that game from start to finish, you can actually understand what I'm talking about. There were some players who were trying in the game. I don't want to take that away from them. Like I'm saying, Declan Rice, for me, it felt like he was the only guy who was giving it his own thing right. He began the Thiago Benabao, so they had to save their best players. Declan Rice was on the bench, Saka was on the bench. Who else? So many players who are really important to the Arsenal team were on the bench because they were being saved for that game. But in everything that happened in that game, if you watch that game, you would actually understand that okay, it's only Hala Madrid now for these guys. It's Hala Madrid. Even the fans, for the first time, hearing the reaction that the fans talking about that they were in the game, not because they wanted to win, but they just trying to just get the job done and not get embarrassed and just control the situations and everything that was happening in the game. But all eyes are now on Hala Madrid. Hala Madrid, as you can see, the Tierney goal, which was ruled offside. everything was used to perfection. Declan Rice, like I said, didn't assist. They were the only better players. Yes, Saliba was important because he had to protect in terms of so many times that were being questioned almost the goals. Kivio is proving that he is really, really good. The rest of the players were Neres, Zinchenko, Trossard, Martinelli, and they were just in the game. But this 4 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're actually the players who tried and played well. Sid van der Beek on the other side was actually the best player for Brentford. Of course, Wisa scored, Buemo tried, Collins assisted, hence why they're given higher ratings. But Sid van der Beek, he actually was the guy who stopped most of all the threats that Arsenal were trying to create. He was one of the best, hence why he's given that highly. And Michel Code, this guy is a defender, I'm telling you. I don't know how far he will go, but I was really impressed by his cameo, what he came in to do, what he showed. He is really, really, really good, and I was really impressed by what he did. But all in all, the game finished 1-1, as you can see, and as you can see, Arsenal have scored 9 goals in their last 5 matches. Arsenal haven't lost to Brentford in their last 7 meetings, 6 wins and 1 draw. Bukayo Saka is ranked 3 in the biggest chance creation in the competition. Brentford, they haven't scored 4 goals in their last 5 games. They've scored 4 goals only. Mike Fricker is ranked 1 in the save per match in the competition. Buemo has created the most big chances in the air, bringing for games, which is 14 chances that he has created. But all in all, as you can see, expected goals 96 to Arsenal to 0.96 to Arsenal to 0.424 for Brentford. 14 shots to 3, 1 big chance to 1 big chance, and the big chance for Brentford went in. That's how the game finished. So I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of the way Arsenal approached this game? Is it really wise, the fact that they went into this game already looking at what's happening in the Hala Madrid? If you really think about that, it's well in the game against Everton, so it should not surprise you. That's how they've been approaching these games for some time now. So it shouldn't be a surprise if you are looking at it from that point of view. But that's what it was. Let's talk about the Liverpool game because it finished Liverpool 2, Westham 1 in a game where Robertson, I knew it was Robertson who actually scored himself, because Van Dijk tried to clear the ball, it hit Robertson, it went at the back of the net. The game finished 2-1. Liverpool scored all the 3 goals. They almost lost. They almost drew this game. One thing I can tell you about my team watching yesterday's game, they started well. They started well. They were active. They were excited. Of course, the Salah contract, the situation was still making noise in the eyes of every fan who was in the ground, who was watching the game. They were on the attack. They were trying to cause chaos. They were showing the world that they were enjoying what they were doing. They were all over the faces of Brentford. They were all over the faces of West Ham, trying by all means to get something in the game. And I'm like, okay, that gives me a trust that we can win this game. They're showing me that they want it more than how it looks. They're showing me that they have something to prove in the game, and I'm ready for that. Can Liverpool do it? Can we do it? Because we look like we are going to do it. We look like we are excited to do it. But as the game continued, as we continued watching the game, that excitement died down. After the first goal of Luis Diaz, by the way, it was assisted by Mo Salah, assisting his number 18th assist of the season. So it means he's only 2 assists away from reaching Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne's assist records. And if you just have 3 assists from that, from going forward, then he's going to actually surpass and he becomes the assist king. I don't know. That's what I hope for, by the way. But that's how close it was. That's how it looked like. That's how everything is looking like when you're looking at this game. But yet, at the end of the day, we never got the job done. We got the job done, but in terms of performance-wise, we never got the job done. But that's the problem. We are in the running in. And I always hear people talk about performance does not matter. Performance in the running in does not matter as long as you get the job done. And Liverpool right now are 6 points away from that 20 title of the season. So why should we care about how we approach this game? Why should we care about how the game is going? We just have to get the job done. And that's what I'm looking at myself. The job has to be done. The job has to get done. That's what I want to see from Liverpool. So I don't care what other people are going to say. I don't care how we're going to look at it. We almost drew this game. Okay, I get it. We have been doing that for some time now. But we now know that it's only 6 points away. And if you really think about it, looking at it in the Arsenal point of view, Arsenal might be the team that were chasing Liverpool, but in the last 7 games, they've only had 2 wins. The rest are draws. So we might look terrible right now in terms of where we're playing, and we lost the game, but we've been winning our games. We've been winning our games. We only had the first lost just last week, and we drew. We haven't drawn, and we won the game. So Liverpool are still the best team right now in this situation. They're still performing well as a team in this situation. So I don't know how people are gonna look at it. We're in the running in, people. My players are tired. They're in the bench. The way these guys were playing, it seems like they were already done with the game. They were just seated. But I loved the fighting spirit we saw from Virgil van Dijk coming back. Look at the expected goal. We were running the show. We were running the show. The expected goal was 1.78 to 1 point something. Oh, we were giving them chances, by the way. 15 shots to 11, 2 big chances to 4 of theirs. But at the end of the day, we got the job done. Position wise, we had it 55% to 45%. So Westham really played the game really. McAllister assisted Van Dijk, of course. Salah assisted Diaz, but the player, I actually thought this was supposed to be the guy who got the man of the match, McAllister. I felt like he was everywhere. It felt like he ran the whole entire match. But as you can see, the only player who played terribly for Liverpool here is Diogo Jota in terms of the looking at everything that happened in the game. It's only Diogo Jota. The whole entire team was on it. They played. Ryan Gravenberch was controlling the proceeding. Konate defending well. Sir Alisson doing so well. Tsimikas working well. Everyone was on point the way we approached this game. In fact, our substitutions actually are the guys who let us down in the game. That tells you everything you need to know. Our substitutions are the ones who let us down to actually find ourselves in a position of actually losing the game. But we played well, we controlled the proceeding, and we got the job done. Wan-Bissaka was the only threat that this team had. He was the only threat that this team had. So I know, I get it. We were not really good. Some people are going to need some stories to talk about. The Sky Sports are going to look for something to talk about. But doesn't mean that Liverpool are terrible. It just means that we are approaching the game differently from what we are supposed to do. And that's exactly what we did. That was what we needed to do. We got the job done. Now we watch, can we win the game next week? But that depends on how Arsenal performs in their next game. But at this moment, where things stand, where Liverpool are, everything is in order for Liverpool to go forward. Champions League coming midweek. What else can we be worried about? Let's enjoy our moments right now. Let's watch what's going to be happening. I'll be here listening to the stories. Of course, Liverpool are interested in some forwards, and they're all going for so many players. There is going to be some changes in this Liverpool team. But at this moment, I've been excited with what I've seen yesterday, especially. We played the game better than we did, especially against Fulham. We played the game better. We approached it. We played so well. Salah was back to his performance best. He was linking up well with Bradley, playing well with who is that guy? With Curtis Jones. By the way, Curtis Jones was really, really good in the way he played the number 10 role. I know we need a better assisting machine. Of course, I thought Harvey Elliott was going to come in the game. It didn't, but we need a better assisting machine, somebody who can control the game. But all in all, we got the job done. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What did you think of Liverpool's performance against Westham? Who impressed you? Disappointed you? Let me know in the comment section. And in those games, by the way, I will do the quick roundup of the rest. Manchester United played against Newcastle. This is an interesting one because if you look at this game, United, the first half, played well. You the first fighting big there all in terms of how they approach the game. It did everything, yet they lost the game. I get that. They lost the game, but they played. I think they were better than you had. Some people were just terrible, but there were players who gave their all in this game. Hence why they did not win the game, but they played the game well, United. I was impressed by the likes of Zerski, Garnacho, Ogate, the way they were playing the game, how they were controlling the game in the first half, even though they were scored a goal, they had some good passes, some good phases of moments. They were moving the ball well. It could have been a different game, but it wasn't. That matters more in today's game. If you don't get the job done, then it doesn't matter what happened. Of course, the game finished by 4-1. Newcastle beat them terribly at the end of the day, but in terms of how they approached the game, how they played it, how they did, they is a good play. They are getting, I know they're getting terrible points wise, but they're good in terms of how they're playing the game. And that's what I looked at in yesterday's game, and I was really impressed watching how they approached the game, how they were moving with the game, and how they were really tactical, alert in terms of going forward, how they were moving the new games, how they were doing the good passes, the single individual passes going forward in attack and trying to get the job done. I was impressed by that. I was really clearly impressed by that. But Newcastle on the other side, and they were really good. They were really good. Tonali was on it. Isak with one of the best assists of the season, I have to say. The way he passed that ball to Tonali, man. And Tonali almost scored another goal. And we also saw Harvey Banda taking the ball game in his own, scoring a goal. We also saw again Harvey Banda scoring the second goal. Then we saw Bahinde making a mistake, giving the goal for Bruno Guimaraes to score a goal. So it might not really be an Onana problem. I did a video, you can check it out, it's there on the Connect, where I talked about how Onana was attacked mentally. It was a strategy for Leon, and now it has actually caused a problem for United. Go look at what I said about Onana. Go look what I was looking at in there, how the things, the way I saw the incidents playing out, and why it might have an impact, and it did not really help the team at the end of the day. But go look at it because it will give you a clear understanding of how I was looking at matters and proceedings, because it's really important to do so. But if you look at the game, look at this. Look at this. Like I said, Harvey Barnes was on point, 2 goals, man of the match. I think he deserved Isak with an assist, Murphy with an assist, Tonali with a goal, Guimaraes with a goal, an easy goal which was given to Guimaraes, Jolinton with a goal. So the 6 players who were in the front of Newcastle literally ran the game. They were just unplayable. United, this back three, did not know how to deal with Barnes, Isak, and Murphy, Jolinton, Tonali, and Guimaraes. Then in defense, Fabian Schär was the disappointing. Livramento played well. Barnes played well. Trippier played well. Bahindi was the terrible one in Mazraoui. Mazraoui could not copy with Barnes. Harvey Barnes was just good. Dalot did well, but not really good enough because it costed the team. The way we're going to look at this game, we might say United approached this game because they knew that they were going to the game that they're going to be playing in the midweek against Lyon for the Europa League. So maybe they did not give their all. In fact, if you look at the teams that are going to be playing in the European competition this midweek, did not really perform well. Oh, you don't believe me? Look at the corner. Look in the corner. Look in the corner. Except of Aston Villa, by the way. But look at it. Arsenal drew with Brentford. Chelsea drew with Ipswich. Tottenham lost to Wolves, and United lost to Nottingham Forest. You see, all these teams are going to be performing and they're participating in the Conference League. So that's how it is. In terms of position-wise, United did the ball more. 52 to 48. In terms of expected goals, 2.17 for Newcastle to 0.76 for United. Shots total 13 to 9 and 6 big chances to 2 big chances. That was the difference maker in the game. In other games which were played, of course, I did the United, the Man City reaction already. You can check it, it's there on the Connect. But Brentford drew against Leicester City in a game that I was really impressed by the way Leicester played. They showed more in terms of improving how they approach the game. It was amazing. Nottingham Forest are looking shaky in those Champions League places. Everton are still there, but Nottingham Forest, so many questions are now being asked for this team. Aston Villa beat Southampton by 3-0 convincingly. Then we saw Chelsea coming back from behind from 2-0 down to 2-2. Jordan Sanchez scored his first goal at Stamford Bridge, I believe. And the other one was an own goal by the defender of Ipswich. Then, of course, we watched Tottenham Hotspur being destroyed by Wolves. 4-2 it finished. At the half time it was 2-0, then it finished to 4-2. Not good. United lost again. So those were the games which were played. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section, guys. What did you think of all the performance? And how did your team do? Are you excited? This is a part of what the hell happened in this week of the Premier League. I'll continue with the last game, which is going to be played today, or I might not even do it. But Brentford is playing later on. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Is the Premier League being exciting? And where are you watching it from? Like the video, subscribe to Connect. I'll see you another one. We are out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect.
Beats the goalkeeper. You're just lost for words. He is just brilliant. Georgie Best, Diego Maradona.